For Excel exercise number 3, you will be completing the problems in pages 70 through 72 of your textbook. Within each of these problems, you will create and calculate the markup percent on groups of items with either varying costs or retail prices. So we will essentially be writing purchase orders and completing these problems. So there are 3 different scenarios that we need to complete. So first off, we are going to need to change the order of our headers for all 3 of these to reflect an order of units, the cost variables, the retail variables, and then the markup. So let's go ahead and get started. So problem number 1, within these pages, we will be looking at calculating the markup percent on an order with multiple items and prices. So first off, in your textbook, my problems do vary slightly, however the concept that we will be going over is the same. So we will be touching on the markup percent on an order with multiple items and prices first. So your textbook will provide all of the information for all of the different variables within the woven tops and the knit tops. However, I'm going to calculate all of this information in this Excel exercise for you so we can actually look at it on a style level as well as on a total level. Even though the exercise is only asking you to complete on a total level, I would like to see you complete the exercise on the classification and the style level as well for good practice. So first off, let's go ahead and rearrange our headers. So we can go ahead and pull our quantity. We will highlight what we need. We'll cut. We'll right click and insert our cut cells. So next we need to sort this so we can have it on the unit level, the cost level, and the retail level. So now we will delete this other column with the quantity or the units, as we only need to see it reflected once. We really don't need to see the same amount of units reflected twice in 2 separate columns. It just makes things a little bit more clean and concise when we just have one column reflecting the units. So I'm going to right click on my mouse, select delete, and I'm going to shift all my cells to the left to completely remove this quantity column. So we have our unit cost, our total cost, our unit retail, and our total retail. So now we need to move the unit retail and the total retail after our cost. So we'll highlight what we want to move, right click. I like to cut. You can copy, paste, and delete however you would like to do it. I will select the cell in which I want to paste my data in front of, right click, insert cut cells. So now I have my quantity, my unit cost, my total cost, my unit retail, total retail, my markup dollars, and my markup percents. So let's go ahead and do the same thing for the 2 other problems as well. Okay, so now all 3 of our problems have the headers lined up as the same. So we can see we have our quantity, our unit cost, our total cost, our unit retail, our total retail, markup dollars, and the markup percents. So for the first problem, for the woven tops, we know that the total unit cost is $21.75, so we will take this number and multiply it by the quantity that we are placing an order on. So the total cost for these woven tops is $4,024. Going to use my fill formatting and drag the formula down, hit F2 to check my formula, and I can see for my knit tops, the total cost is $4,020. Now for the retail, let's go ahead and do the same thing. We know the item retails for $57, and we will multiply it by the actual number of units we are placing an order on. So we know the total retail value for the 185 units we are ordering is $10,545. We'll drag my formula down once again, and we know that the knit tops for the total quantity of 240 units that we are placing, the retail value will be $9,600. So let's go ahead and calculate our markup dollars. Our markup dollars, of course, are our retail value minus our cost. So once again, we will take the total retail value minus the actual cost of these items to get our markup dollar. Now, for our markup percent, we will simply take our markup dollar and divide it into our total retail dollar. So we can see the markup percent on the woven tops is 61.8%. Let's use our fill formatting, and on the knit tops, the markup percent is 58.1%. Now we need to add all of these up and calculate our totals. And let's use our fill formatting over here as well. So we will take our total for the total retail value, drag it over, so we can now copy over that total formula for the markup dollars as well. We'll hit F2 on our keyboard to check our formula. We know that is correct. Hit enter. So once again, for our markup percent, we take our markup dollars and divide it into our total retail dollars. Convert this into a percentage. And we know overall for this order we are placing, the markup percent is about 60.1%, with a total retail value of $20,145. Next, if we would actually like to find out the unit cost, what we will be doing is we will take the total cost for all of the items divided by the total quantity for all of the items. And that will give us a unit cost of about $18.93. We will go ahead and do the same thing for the unit retail now. We will take our total retail dollars divided by the total quantity we are purchasing of 425 units. And the total retail value for everything we are purchasing is about $47.40. So let's move on. Next problem, we will be calculating the markup percent on an order with varying retail prices, with different retail prices, but we have the same cost. So let's calculate the cost. Take our units, buying times our unit cost, and we will get $1,305 for the total cost. Let's go ahead and use our fill formatting once again, and we will drag our formula down. Let's hit F2 and we can check our formulas.